Hey there! Today I'm going to review a pen by a brand that I personally like a lot. And this pen was sent to us by BigBen.com. And that's a site that's quite nice. Not only do they sell a couple of fountain pens, but they also sell everyday carry stuff, folding knives, etc. So a nice mix of things. BigBen.com. Okay, this pen is by Kaweco, and I've reviewed a bunch of Kawecos, all kinds of price ranges and sizes. Judging by the small size of the box, you can probably figure out this is one of their sport pens. It has a nice cardboard sleeve, and then it has one of the tins. And I've said that before, but I really like these tins. It's fairly original packaging, and the nice thing is you can put a lot of stuff in this. The word survival tin comes to mind, but it's a lot of different things, and it has a pretty nice relief on it, which is actually very cool, I think. Okay, now in this tin is the actual pen. Take away the. I'm not going to throw this because I may knock out the cat. But here is the pen, and this looks like a regular Kaweco Sport, but it's not. This is the All Sport, and the All Sport is a sport, but made of aluminum, aka aluminium, and that makes this pen a little bit more robust, a little bit heavier than the regular sport pens. Okay, I'm going to cover the parts of the pen. I'll tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then I'll do a writing sample. Now, if you've seen my review of the Kaweco Sport, the regular Sport, or the Art Sport, or there's a whole bunch of them, they all boil down to the same pen concept, and that is a pocket pen that you post, and then it turns into a relatively normally sized pen. Okay, let's start with the finial right there. It has that three-part Kaweco logo, which I like a lot. Then you have the cap, and the cap has the word All Sport on it. Kaweco All Sport Germany, and then you have the barrel. I think it's anodized aluminum. It looks really nice, nice matte finish, and then you have the end bit right there. You unscrew the pen, and it really is metal, which I like a lot. I like my Sport, and it has a pretty plasticky feeling. This is a different matter altogether. It feels much more robust, and it has a really nice feel to it because of that matte aluminum. Okay, unposted, I cannot really use this. But when you post it, it turns into a pretty decently sized pen, which I like a lot. Very portable. Okay, then we have a section, we have threads, and we have a nib, which again has that Kaweco logo on it, and this is the medium nib. Has a good feed, pardon me. And to fill this, you would use either a standard international short cartridge, or as in this case, a Kaweco converter. A converter made by Kaweco. They're very small, they don't hold a lot of ink, but if you want to use bottled ink, it's one way to do it. I personally prefer drawing up ink with a syringe and then squirting it in here. That seems to fill it up to the max of its capacity, but of course then one could argue you might as well use a cartridge, an empty cartridge, fill it up. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. You can use these pens as eyedropper filled pens, but of course with aluminum, I don't know if it might not corrode the metal, so be a little careful. Screw it back in place, and then you have your pen. What I really like in these Kawecos is the shape of the section. I find this a very pleasant to use section. These threads, you will definitely feel them, but even though I have fairly big hands and my fingers just grasp the entire section, I don't find the threads unpleasantly sharp. They don't dig into my skin or anything, which is very nice. Okay, what do I like about it? What do I not like about it? Well, it's pretty much the same thing for all the sports. I like the size, but I also dislike the size. It's a very small pen, makes it very portable, but of course it's also a very small pen. That's kind of the point of the pen. So if you like huge oversized pens, this is probably not for you. However, if you are looking for something that's very portable and yet very usable, because once you post it, it really turns into a decently sized pen, it's really nice. Another thing that I really like about the Kaweco Sport range is that they have nibs from extra fine, fine, medium broad, double broad. You can't just use these. So you can buy them relatively inexpensively, and you can have a huge range of all types of different nibs that you can very easily swap on. In the old-fashioned sports, the nib and fees were friction fit, and that was it. They're still friction fit, but now they have a nib collar which you can screw out, which is great because if you have a clear model and use it as an eyedropper fill pen, ink can get stuck between the inside of the section and the outside of the nib collar. And in the old models, you couldn't remove the nib collar, so you would be stuck with ink in there. And now you can just unscrew it and clean it out much more easily. I think this is a fantastic design. It's small, but I love it. I love the facets of the cap. I love this little slightly tapered bit right there at the end. Very simple design. Very nice. I love it. So I think we need to see this pen in action, but before we do that, let me take a couple of measurements for you. As I said, it's pretty small, so capped, it's 106.6 millimeters. That would be 4.19 inches. Now I'm going to measure this one posted and unposted. Unposted, it's very small, 3.95 inches or 100.3 millimeters. When you post it, whoops, so it's slippery. There we go. 131.5 millimeters, that's 5.17 inches. Section diameter at the narrowest point is 0.36 of an inch, that's 9.3 millimeters, and at the widest point I get 9.8 or 0.38 of an inch. Now I'm willing to bet this is a bit heavier than the standard sports. I don't have one for comparison, sorry. But weight-wise, it weighs in at 22 grams, which is relatively heavy for such a small pen. So in all, I think it's a very cool design, and also because it's matte black, I really like that color. Although when I wear this shirt, you can't really see the pen on it. Anyway, I think we should see it in action. That's what I'm going to do next. I'll do a writing sample for you. Thanks a lot to Big Ben for sending me the pen, and I hope this was useful. I'll gladly see you later. Bye-bye. Alright, here we have the Kaweco All Sport medium nib, and the ink is Gerbin Perle Noire. The paper is Clairefontaine. Okay, let's do some writing. Lazy dog. Fast writing. It's pretty smooth. Never had issues, pardon me, with the Kaweco nibs. You see, you can really write quickly, and I still don't see any skipping. As to wetness, again, not really an issue. It's a nice wet pen. When it comes to line variation, not marketed as a flex pen, but a decent amount of spring, I would say. For those of you who like to do reverse writing, it's scratchy, but it's possible. You go from medium to, I would say, extra fine. So there you have it. Nice pen. BigBen.com. Thanks for sending me one to review. Guys, I hope this was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye. The nib is medium, and I have no idea what ink it is.